Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Tuesday, November 14th, 2017. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Momentum in sports is one of those things you really can't touch or measure, but you damn sure know when you see it. And I feel pretty comfortable saying that there's nobody in the figure division who's got more momentum right now than our brand new 2017 Figure Olympia champ, Cydney Gillon. Late last week, Gillon released her first official post-Olympia training video, where we see the most dangerous woman in the division looking as impressive as ever. I don't think it's possible to overstate just how impressive the run is that Gillon has been able to put together over the last 18 months or so, but now that she's finally reached the summit of the sport, it'll be interesting to see if she can still channel some of that relentless drive to come back next season and successfully defend her title. I don't know how true the whole first impressions thing is in bodybuilding, but I do know that soon-to-be rookie nightmare Victor Raya is doing everything in his power to make one hell of a first impression. Over the weekend, the Raya camp released a new round of update photos giving his fans a quick look at what the former Mexican national champ is bringing to the table for his pro debut this weekend. Everything I've heard up to this point from my sources inside the Raya camp makes me believe that heading into this weekend, he's making it his personal mission to put Mexican bodybuilding on his back and show the world that we need to start paying more attention to what's going on down there in the Mexican bodybuilding scene. And if he can somehow manage to pull off a top 5 finish, he could probably go ahead and officially declare his mission accomplished. Victor Raya wasn't the only former North American champ making noise this weekend. We also saw some new video surface of rookie monster in training, Jay Warren, making some noise in his own right. Last Saturday, Warren was spotted putting in a little bit of OT at the office down at his home base at Destination Dallas, where he launched a good old-fashioned Texas Leg Day massacre that would have made any of the old greats from the Longhorn State proud. Warren told us recently that he's still trying to work out the details of when he's going to make his pro debut sometime next season. But when he does, you can guarantee it's going to be trouble for everyone else up there in the lineup, because Jay Warren isn't the type of athlete who's ever going to give anything less than 110% of everything he's got. Back in the day, it was rare that you ever got an off-season look at any of your favorite athletes, because most of them disappeared into a hole for 8 months out of the year. But thankfully for us, Sammy TROUTY isn't really much of an old school kind of guy. Over the weekend, Team Trouty made their presence felt when a handful of new progress photos and videos began to flood the internet, showing the 212 powerhouse looking about as thick and as nasty as we've ever seen him. Trouty was a member of what might have been one of the most impressive 212 rookie classes that we've seen in recent memory. And when you look at all the tools he has at his disposal, he seems like a prime candidate to be one of the breakout stars in 2018 who could very well easily wind up landing a spot dead center on the Olympia stage. I grew up in an era of bodybuilding when posing really was an art form, and the greatest athletes in the sport stepped out on stage and used the world as their canvas. And as far as I'm concerned, we don't have a more talented artist in the sport right now than classic physique superstar Terrence Ruffin. Late last week, Ruffin released some video from one of his famous freestyle posing sessions, where he gives the rest of the bodybuilding world a first-hand look at what one of the most talented posers of his generation looks like. We have a lot of athletes in the sport who place a premium on their presentation right now, but what Terrence Ruffin is doing is something altogether different, because it transcends the competition. And when you look at the way bodybuilding has really slowly started to trickle out into the culture recently, it's not hard to imagine a scenario where the Terrence Ruffins of the world start to be considered performance artists and not just muscle athletes. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.